It's Beer Monster o'clock. Hello guys, hope you're all doing fantastic today, and thanks for tuning into my channel, the Beer Monster Reviews. Anyway, for this review we've got a craft beer. It's called Twice as Nice, and I picked this up from Aldi for £1.69. It's a 440ml can. It's 6.6% ABV, and it is a double IPA. That seems quite a low ABV for a double IPA. Normally they're a little bit higher than that. Yeah, I don't really know what to think about that, but it don't seem quite right to me. I've certainly not had a double IPA as, well, it's not exactly weak, but you know, they're normally a bit stronger, let's say. Yeah, it's by the Foundry brewery. I've not tried anything from them, I don't believe. Can looks kind of cheap, quite basic, bit of a purple sort of. Looks like your TV's gone funny or something. Yeah, so yeah, I'm not too impressed by the can art, but yeah, I've had a craft beer for a few days, so yeah, I'm looking forward to giving it a go. Let's crack it open. Let's get it in the glass. Kind of a deep amber colour, like a kind of slightly rusty orange. Yeah, there's a bit of a close up. Sort of slow to medium levels of carbonation for me. Got like a tanned head with quite compact bubbles in it. Looks all right, I suppose. Let's get the aroma. Wow, that's very, very hoppy. Not hoppy, malty, very malty. Very, very, very malty. I'm not used to double IPAs this malty, to be honest. It's something a bit different, I suppose. There's a bit of orange in there as well, for me, and a bit of grapefruit. There's like a kind of old school maltiness about it. Which kind of reminds me of like the old school English ales and that. Doesn't smell too bad. Anyway, let's give it a try and see if it's nice. Cheers, guys. Bosh. Nah, it's not for me, this one. Kind of made the hairs stand up a bit on my chest, and they weren't really in a good way. Yeah, it's a bit rough, this one. It is very, very malty. For me, the first impressions, it is a bit rough. £1.69 this, so it's quite cheap for a craft. It is cheap for a craft beer, and it tastes cheap as well. Called Twice as Nice, which is quite interesting, because I don't really know what that's twice as nice as, but it must be something really bad, like piss. Do you know what I mean? Maybe it's twice as nice as drinking your own piss. Maybe they should specify that a bit more on the can, I don't know. But yeah, first impressions are not great, as you can probably tell. Let's go in again. Bit of a mess. Got like a very metallic-y taste to it, and the bitterness is sort of all over the place. It's like kind of starts in the middle, goes away a bit, comes back, and it sort of keeps coming and going. And it's not a nice bitterness. I do love a bitter IPA. This one's kind of a, you know, just, it's hard to explain, but it's just rough. It's a really rough bitterness. It can't quite make up its mind what it wants to do. Getting a bit of grapefruit in here. Definitely very malt heavy though. Very, very malt heavy. Oh. Oh. It's like a marmalade bitterness at the start, and then during sort of the middle, and then you get like different kind, like 2 or 3 different types of bitterness in here, and they sort of bouncing off each other, not in a good way. It certainly woke my taste buds up, but not in a nice way. If that makes any sense. It got a bit of caramel in here, but it's like a caramel syrup for me. Oh, struggling with it. To be honest, I'm not really a fussy type. Even if something's horrible, I can normally just drink it anyway, do you know what I mean? But I am struggling with this one a bit. Definitely struggling with it. It is just a bit of a mess. To call it twice as nice. Oh, that is really rough. That I don't think I'm gonna drink any more of that. I'm not enjoying it at all. In fact, it's it's rather bad. It's probably one of the worst beers I've reviewed. Actually, it's not the worst. I think Mango number 5 from Home Bargains is the worst I've done. That genuinely tasted like puke. This doesn't taste like puke, so it's got that going for it. But what it does taste like isn't that much better than puke for me. I think sometimes you can get some right bargains in Aldi's, particularly with some of their like Pilsners and their Weiss beers and stuff like that. Even some of the craft beers are okay. But yeah, I think they missed the boat with this one. God, yeah. I certainly wouldn't buy it again. I don't think it's worth a buy, as you can probably tell. Score-wise, let's have one more little bit. Now, 2.5. I'll give it a 2.5, and that's probably being friendly. I'll give it a 2.5 out of 10 from the Beer Monster. Thanks for tuning in, guys. It's a shame. I was looking forward to that. I see double IPA. Oh, this could be a good one. Yeah, definitely a bit rough. Just to prove sometimes you do get what you pay for. You pay rock bottom prices. Sometimes you get rock bottom products, don't you? And that is definitely a rock bottom for me, or very near rock bottom. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you could smash that like button, I'd much appreciate it. And hopefully I will see some of you guys on the next one. Bye bye, darlings.